Hello there. It's a nice,
Hello.
rainy Friday.
Oh, hang on, it's give up for now,
Yes.
for this moment in time.
And we've had quite an adventure before we switched on the video.
We
haven't
have.
we? Yes, I opened the door to let Sue in. What did Gigi do?
Well, he usually comes to greet me, doesn't he? He comes round to the car door and give him a stroke, and then we go back in. Not today. I said, where's he gone? Went round and looked round the other side of my car. No Gigi. Went to the end of the drive. There he is on the corner of the street. Gigi, come on. Like talking to garden gate. So I've been on an adventure.
Every time we shouted him back.
Nope.
Nope. He was on a mission.
Yep.
And the more we shouted him, the further down the street he went, didn't he?
Yep.
So Sue hands me all her handbag, don't I?
Yeah.
I comes in and went to get my scooter, you know, to try and chase him down the street. And I just backed my scooter off when I could see Sue in the distance coming back with Gigi.
And do you know what? For a little dog, he's blooming heavy.
He is.
He went all the way round, and it's not. Well, it's not a marathon, is it?
No,
you know what I mean?
but it's like a horseshoe, and it just goes round in a big circle.
You've gone down to the bottom to what you call the clough. And do you know, I had a horrible feeling. There's like some metal fencing, and then there's like this gate, and the gate's got sort of like chicken wire on the back of it. It's fine mesh.
Yeah. And
he's looking at it, and I'm thinking, the metal fence has great big gaps. I'm thinking, just don't go down there, Gigi. Please don't go down there, because if you go into clough, I ain't following you.
Because the clough is, if it's been raining, it's very slippy. Because the paths are like as nature intended.
Yeah.
There are some parts that's been tarmac, but a lot of it is just natural paths. And I used to find out it was slippy when I used to walk Buster.
Well, I just thought, please, dog, don't look at this. You know,
yeah.
He's obviously fixed on the gate, because that's probably where
he goes in. Yeah, he goes for a walk there.
But to the side of the gate was an hole that he'd have fitted through, and I'm just thinking, please, don't go, don't look next to the gate. And he didn't. But when I went to pick him up, he was not happy.
No.
So much so, I thought, how do I get my scarf tied round his lead?
Yeah, to drag him back up again.
To drag him back up without putting him down.
Yeah.
Well, but with him in my hand.
But he wouldn't have come back. He'd have sat down and he'd have been dragging him up on his little legs, yeah. Because if he doesn't want to walk anywhere, he doesn't want to walk anywhere. He's a monkey. He's been wanting to go out the front door all of this week. And all of this week I've not let him do it. Because usually if I do, I usually put his lead on, so I'm in control, and I don't let him go like down to the clough, which is where he wants to go. Because that's when his daddy comes to pick him up, that's where they go. They go down the clough for his little walk. But having said that, a few months back actually, he did it the other way. I was sitting in the window and I saw him come round the corner, and I thought, oh, Richard coming to see me. And no, nobody followed him. So I opened the door, let him in. Nobody came, so I guess the phone, all I got was the engaged tone, because apparently he was trying to ring home to see whether he'd gone home that way. So eventually when I got through, I said, have you lost a dog? And he went, yeah, I'm going frantic, I've lost him. I said, well, I know where he is. I said, he's here. And he crossed 2 roads to get to me, and found his way back, and he was sitting there, right, triumphant. Anyway,
that's it. He's got
in
a sulk on now.
Time out at the moment, so he's having a sulk. So he's gone upstairs to lie on the bed. So you won't see him today, because he's
having a sulk.
He's in time out. Yes.
Yeah, naughty child, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Anyway, you've all wished Sue.
Yes, thank you very much for all your birthday wishes.
Yeah. She's 1 year younger this year, aren't you?
Yes.
We're not going older, we won't.
No.
So what have I been doing? I'll quickly show you what I didn't show you yesterday, because I was showing you all the books yesterday. That I've finished, and I've left all the books up.
It's alright, I'll get them in a minute.
That's finished. It's ice magic yarn, and it took 4 balls, plus I ran out, so I've got a little bit of edging in the pink.
I did say I thought I had some, but I must admit I did look, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
So this will be going on Etsy when I finally put the other things on Etsy. So that's one thing that's finished off. So let's see if I can take it off her without getting up.
Crikey.
The things you do when you don't want to get up
I
off the
know.
sofa. Ooh.
Well, just that's it.
She's not nude. She's wearing her
camisole.
camisole. And then Donna. If you're looking, Donna. Well, it's finished. Finally finished.
Well, hey.
Oh, it smells really nice. I blocked it and I put some fabric softener on it, and it really smells nice. You can see it, Donna. There you go. That's your top. That's the back. Ooh. How to hit yourself in the eye with a sleeve.
Oh, it's there. Lady Jane.
Yeah. There she is. The front.
It's not sat right on shoulders, really. But...
No, it isn't. Because she's not human.
No, that's true.
She's not human. And she doesn't have human attributes. She's quite flat-chested. There we go. That's it.
Right, do you want me to get the boots?
Yeah. Because I'll show you the pattern books then.
You don't want to get up off the couch, but you make me get up off the
I
couch.
can't get up without a lift. Without a push. You know what I'm like. Right, let's have a look.
There we go.
This was from, the first one was from this book here, which I've got and now Sue's got as well. It's Peyton's book 3800, and it's still around because I got a copy for Sue off. This one came from Kelly, but I got a copy for Sue, didn't I, from Etsy,
Yeah.
so it's still around. And
It's sort of like got a crochet version and then...
it's crocheted and knitted as well. isn't it?
yeah, and then knitted something.
So that's the pattern I used. Right. The pattern I used for the blue, for Donna, is a well battered up used copy of the Gulf Coast Shrug, which is a free pattern from Ravelry. So you don't have to buy that one. And the one I'm going to show you next is a paid for pattern, but it was really cheap. It was only £1 something from off Etsy. And ooh, it's one of those you don't know which is the top and which is the bottom. It's a shrug. Oh, this is mine because it was made in red heart. That was a gift from someone. So if you're the someone who gifted it to me, can you let me know, then I can say thank you to you properly. It's a shrug, but it's got a sleeve to it, if you can see it. Woo, got a little sleeve, and it makes it fit really nicely. I'm probably going to either put a button on it,
Yeah.
or a brooch to fasten it, because I like things that
Yeah.
come to. Sue tried it on and she
Yeah,
quite likes it
I
without.
quite like it.
Without, yeah.
It's a nice thing just to, you know, slip over the shoulders.
Yeah, and that's the back
The
view
back, yeah.
of it. If you're American, it's a double crochet and a chain, and you go into the space rather than into the stitch. So it's a really quick make, and then you do the sleeves afterwards. It's basically a rectangle that's stitched up.
Yeah.
Not giving too much away, but you can probably find very similar patterns for
Oh yeah, I think
on
there's
Ravelry.
quite a few on Ravelry.
Well, the one I got was designed by Brianne of Hooked. Was it Hooked
on Handmade Happiness.
Homemade Happiness.
Oh,
Yeah.
Homemade.
Homemade Happiness. It's that one. And I bought it off Etsy, but it was only, like I say, about £1 and something. So it's
Yeah, $1 or so.
Yeah, it'd be just over probably $1 and a bit. Yeah, but it said 3 balls of something or other, but I actually used 4, well 3.5 of
Yeah.
Red Heart Super Sailor. Well, this one's quite
I tell
soft,
you
isn't
what,
it?
yeah, I was impressed.
Mm.
You know, I mean, you read a lot about, you know, Red Heart,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like the cheaper end, and
Yeah, and then it's
one
going,
thing
oh,
and
it's
another. It's scratchy and what have you.
This is not
Well, I was
scratchy.
really quite impressed. It's not
Yeah.
as
Admittedly,
bad
it's been
as...
rinsed and put in softener.
Yeah, but even so, Jan, I mean,
It isn't on the
No.
ball, is it? It's quite nice, yeah.
Lovely.
I'm trying to think what colour it was. Grape Fizz, I think it's called. As you can see, it's been seamed. Whoops, seamed across there. Whoop. I put her out of the way. She's poking me in the eye.
Yeah, because Jan's gifted me some to go with a ball of like a sort of camely colour.
Yeah.
That she thrust upon me a few weeks ago, saying, "Here, that's horrible. You have it." And I went, "Oh, gee, thanks." But we have something to go with it. I was getting out.
You can get it, yeah. I had acquired a lot of just 2 balls, and because I really only make garments, 2 balls is not.
Yeah, it's that it will go with.
Yeah.
And the Red Heart Super Saver.
Is that a camouflage one? Camo one?
No, it just says multicolour. But the camel is sort of, well, it's sort of that colour, isn't it? It's not a jam colour at all.
No, it isn't. What is it? Did it say anything? Oh, aspen print.
Oh, right. Aspen print.
Aspen print.
They're mountains, aren't they, Aspen?
Yeah.
Or are they?
No, I was thinking
the
aspen
trees.
as
Aspen? It's in a, Rockies, I think.
yeah, I always think of John Denver.
There's a town, city, whatever, called Aspen.
Yeah, I always think of John Denver when
Colorado?
I think of that. That's Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. That's John Denver, isn't it? Don't worry, we're not singing.
Not again.
We had quite nice comments about our singing.
We did,
actually.
yeah.
Yes, we did, yes.
And thank you for the right said Fred. I am not kidding. I racked my brains. And I couldn't get to the bit with the title in it.
Yeah, it was right, said Fred, yeah.
And I thought, when I read it, I thought, do you know what? Of course it was.
So I forgot
So
what you said.
no, I'm going to do one in...
Yeah, we just had 2 balls and we need 3.5 really.
But those other balls are
the
bigger.
camel was big,
yeah,
big ball. So hopefully,
because this
Sue's a bit smaller than me. So hopefully that will be. Because I got 61.5 rows. With my 3 balls.
Well, I think he said this is 170, and I'm sure the other was 340.
Yeah.
The bigger one, so that's like 2 balls, isn't it?
So
we should have enough.
Or you can stripe it, whichever you can do.
Well,
I
have this sort of vision of
what
maybe how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see.
We shall see. But no, I quite like that. It'd be nice.
Because I can't. Well, 2 balls. All I can do is hats.
Yeah.
Can't really do anything else. Oh, I got those off eBay. I think they're really nice. I'd have to tell you who they're from. But she's printed them out, and they were really reasonably priced, and I think they're really nice and dainty to go in my, the back of everything. Because the ones I've had before, being embroidered ones, and they've been so expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got some others that were like, but they turned out they look more like, the labels you put in kids' school things.
Yeah.
They look more like that, but I'm really impressed with those. I'm definitely going to get some more of those.
Yeah.
Really nice. Right, what have you got?
Well, I was a little late coming here because I've been into a charity shop on the way. Because I'm not travelling to Bolton as much, so I thought, well, I'm bypassing, so I thought I'll nip in. So I know it's 2010, but it's spiral bound and it's sort of bigger scale.
Yeah.
And I love my road maps because I'm forever...
I never know where anywhere is anymore. Whether it's up from me or down from me.
Oh no, you see, I quite...
Yeah, I have
into all that. I mean, look at Highlands, there's not much, but...
I had a road map, but my road map was one of my dad's, so you can tell how old that was.
Oh, crikey, we go further up than that.
And sure. I think it just about had motorways on the one my dad had. It was a big old AA book. I kept it because it was my dad's.
No, that's where we go.
Yeah, that was my dad's.
I thought that was Edinburgh, and then it was because it's similar, but no.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So I saw this and I thought,
what I
can stick it in the back of my car.
Yeah. What I would like to get is a nice map of the US.
Right, so you could tell where everybody is.
So I can put little pins like with the tag on it where everybody is. Because when people say, "Oh, I'm here," I'm in Ohio, I'm in Cleveland, I'm in Texas, I'm in wherever, and I'm thinking, I've got no idea.
Hey, it'd be good. That'd be a nice feature, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I could put it on the wall, and it wouldn't be on the wall in the craft room because there's no room.
No,
but downstairs next to my computer, and then I could put little tags.
Yeah,
and then when people
that.
say, "Oh, it's such a degrees here in wherever,"
yeah, at least you can think, oh yeah, that's.
I would know where it is because I've got absolutely no idea whether you're right, left, centre, down below, wherever you are. I have no idea. So that's what I've got to look for.
Oh right.
Map, a big map, nice big map with all the states on it and all the little towns. Yeah.
So whilst I was sort of like reaching down for it, I thought, hey up, there's some patterns.
Ooh. We never have them in our book.
Well, it's very rare to see them. Anyway, there was a wad about that thick, I thought. They'll all be knitting. They'll all be knitting. No. We have some crochet ones.
Woohoo!
Poncho.
I've got that
long
one,
line waist. Yeah, no, but I mean...
Yeah, I think I've got that one,
yeah.
actually.
There's, you know...
I've got that one, definitely.
Yeah.
I made that. It's lovely.
There's some nice ones.
I'll tell you what I made from here, which is absolutely... Where has it gone? I've made that one in the short one. And that is gorgeous. And I made another one out of here. I made that one. And I made the cardigan. I made a lot of these.
Yeah.
They are really nice when they're done. And I've still got... I think I've still got this one. Maybe I've got rid of it. Made that one. And I've made... That cardigan is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, by the way. I haven't made the waistcoat, that's one thing I haven't. And I made the one on the front cover. And that's really
Now
pretty.
that one is all knitting, but I looked at the stitch pattern and thought, oh, that's interesting.
It looks crochet. It's like that broken ribbon, that dolly book we were looking at before. But that is a nice book. That is, yeah, I've got that one as well.
Well, I just looked and I thought, I'll have to have that.
This is one I've always wanted to do and never got around to. That one.
Oh, it's lovely, yeah.
It's beautiful. But these are Hayfield crochet books. You may find them on eBay, but they're actually long gone, if you know what I mean.
But there was quite a few, and
I've got,
this is like...
Yeah, I've got that one as well. I know. That one I've just done. If you
I know,
remember.
and do you know, I picked that up, I thought, Jan's got that. That's the cardigan that she's made that I always like. And then there's a couple of like homey ones.
Yeah.
You know, tablecloths and doilies, and then this one's quite a thick one. It's knitting, knitting and crochet for the home. Bit sort of retro.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, hey.
You see, I'm retro. I've already got the pants.
But I thought, oh.
Do you know?
So the whole lot, the map book, I know it's like 2010.
Yeah.
But I know that, you know, basically it's the same. I'm not a sat-nav sort of person. I'm an adventurer. But all the patterns and the road book, the maps, £1.20.
See, that would be they would be £1.20 each. Where in my, they must think we're rich round here.
Thought,
when my dad got lost, he used to call it the scenic route. We're taking the scenic route. My mum used to say, "You're lost, aren't you, Johnny? You don't know where you are, do you?" Yes, I know where I am. He used to never say he was lost. Yes, I know where I am. I'm just taking the scenic route.
So I was really pleased.
Yep.
Plus I've got John's birthday book.
Right,
what else? So what am I up to?
You've shown one colour of the stuff for your shrug. Because you've got two colours, haven't you? And then, then I don't know what you've got in there. One never knows what she's got in her bag.
Well, the other day...
She fooled me by having this posh bag, you see.
Yes,
molten brown. It's quite a
daughter's gift to mother.
A very expensive bath
and some cream. It's lovely.
Very expensive.
She says, "What do I buy the mother who's so awkward to buy for?"
Well,
I didn't like to say it.
I say that to my son and that every time. I don't know what to buy. Well,
yeah. But anyway, she bought me this. And I must admit, it really is very nice. But I was out with my granddaughters yesterday, and the little one's just turned 7. The older one is 15. Well, we went into one of our pound shops and we saw a little miniature supermarket trolley. Well, little one was absolutely besotted with this trolley. it'd just go with the bunny rabbit that she had with her, not a real one, a stuffed one.
The dratted rabbit that had a dress made last week, was it? No,
so anyway,
yeah,
we gets the trolley. It was £1. Keep the kid happy.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. Right. So anyway, next door to Poundland is Abercan material and everything. Well, the eldest wants to do this module on fashion and photography, and she'd been doing like a mock-up of a dress and one thing and another, so I thought, I'll take her in.
Mm-hmm.
Be silly not to. Well, I think she, talk about inspired. Really, you know, she was wandering round the, you know, the material bit, the art.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Well, anyway, I says, come on. I said, I've got to go upstairs. I said, Grandma's got to have a fix of wool.
Yeah.
And she laughed and we went up the stairs. And we were having a look round. And she was even interested in wool.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a book thingy. So while I was chasing after the little one,
yeah,
she said, oh, look, there's this book here. So I thought, she's really hard to buy for.
Yeah.
Sod it, she can have the book. So anyway, we've got 2 books about basic pattern making and, you know, just basic sewing skills.
Yeah.
So everybody came away happy.
Yeah.
Even happier when little un had chosen some pink yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Will I make the rabbit
Yeah.
a onesie? Does it not want a dress? No, you've already made it a dress. I think it needs a onesie. Oh, says Grandma.
How old does she have to be before you teach her to knit?
Well, I know. But I think, give it another 12 months.
And she'll be ready to start.
So anyway, we have... This is going to look really silly. I've discovered I can knit a little bit better with short knitting needles.
Yeah. See, I can't knit with those. I'm just go potty.
So we're doing it on the basis of in one piece.
That's one
and
leg.
that's going to be
One
folded
leg.
to one leg, and then we've got the body, and then I'm just going to have to wing it from there on. But she chose 3 pink buttons with sheep on. So I'm going to have buttons on it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, I'm sounding so thrilled about it.
Oh, yeah.
But I got that far last night. But she says we went home, what, about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it must have been an hour at my daughter's.
Yeah.
And she says, Grandma, if you get it finished, will you bring it round later?
Time you taught her how to do it.
I said, I don't think it'll be tonight, love.
Yeah.
Oh, you can put it through the letterbox tomorrow. Thanks. So, yes, I think knitting lessons are going to be...
Well, if your elder daughters do fashion and everything like that, you
Yeah,
realise
she could do with learning.
you're going to have to teach her how to use that knitting machine.
Yeah.
Because they do that.
Oh, yeah.
They do that if...
Yeah, because if
you
they
go
do
to
college and they do
college,
textiles...
And they do textiles, they do knitting machines and knitting
Right,
fabrics.
so from yesterday, everything else was on hold. Now, I've got that blanket going, haven't I?
Yeah. And you shawl.
Yeah.
You finished that shawl?
Yes.
You didn't bring it? No. You finished it, you showed it?
Yeah.
She won't part with anything.
I will, eventually, when I get my editing gear.
She won't.
But, I decided...
She has 75 shawls at home and she won't part with any. One for every occasion. Yeah.
Crap, how do I get this out now?
Without pulling it off the needles? Oh, you're chewing his ear.
Yeah! I saw this stitch on Pinterest and you know how it is, you think, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder if it's hard. I wonder if it's easy. I wonder.
Yeah.
And I thought, come on, you've got an hoop.
Get it done. Yeah.
Well, I've got several Tunisian hoops I've got a set.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. What do you reckon?
I think that is lovely. I can't get my tension right.
Well, this is like...
I'd have to start with something like this.
So,
but I haven't done a pretty stitch like that, I must confess.
no, yeah, but it's dead easy.
Yeah, I haven't.
You know, because like we know the basics, don't
Yeah.
we? You know, you cast on, you do your chain, and then you pull up all the stitches, don't you? Well,
yeah.
this all you needed is stitches, multiples of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course it's only ever 2 rows to the pattern.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, do they call it your forward pass, picking out stitches up, and then you reverse, creating the pattern.
Yeah, I've
I'm
never
not
even
kidding,
tried
Jo.
a lacy pattern.
It's so easy.
I
Now
think,
you asked me to do a knit stitch
and you
in
wouldn't do it.
Tunisian, and I wouldn't be able to tell you,
Well, you can do this
or a
one,
pearl, but
Yeah, but you can do this one.
so easy.
I could do the
It's
knit.
amazing.
I struggle a bit with the pearl, yeah, but mine's rock hard. I don't know what's wrong with my tension. I've tried bigger hooks.
No, I think your basic Tunisian stitch, unless you
It's just like,
go
you could stand it in
outside the box in respect of, you know, yarn thickness and your hook, because I read on one of them when I was trying to get round to doing this, that if you do your chain loose,
yeah,
it has less tendency to roll up, because you're always working on sort of like the right side of your work.
Yeah.
It makes it
yeah,
curl. But if you do
yeah.
a loose chain, it tends not to. But I found with this one, there was no curling much. There was just that little tiny bit that you can see
Well, you
there.
can always put little row double crochet or something.
Yeah.
Single crochet too if you're American.
Or I thought, because it's going to be a scarf.
Yeah.
You know,
I should have started with something like a scarf. I was trying to start with like a baby thing, where it was size and
I
gauge
must
was
admit, I was
important.
really quite chuffed with it, and I thought,
Yeah.
do you know what? It almost looks knitted, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
But gauge was my problem. I cannot get the gauge.
Oh, I'd say, no, my gauge is way off, but I'm happy with how that's coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to carry on with it.
Yeah. I'm going to master this Tunisian, I really am. I've got DVDs. We've even sat and watched them.
Watched them, yeah. Well, I think
Um,
I'd be more inclined now to sit and watch them more.
Yeah, I've got books and everything about the Tunisian.
Yeah. But I must admit, I thought, I wouldn't mind doing a blanket.
Yeah, it'd be nice
In
as like
that.
a shawl, wouldn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
it'd be more drapey than
But
you know,
I
the crochet
need one of them
tends to be-
thingies, that you put on the end. Like
Oh, the
circular
wires.
needles, the wires
Yeah,
and what
they-
have you, so you
They
can...
have dead cheap ones on, but the hooks are only about that big.
Yeah,
But they've got like big curly wires on.
yeah, I'm going to need
I got a set from
eBay.
eBay, Hong Kong, something like that, for about £2.
All right.
And you get the whole set. you
Yeah.
know. Admittedly, they're not super duper hooks, but when you're only learning, you don't want to splash
That's
out
it,
on really
yeah, just in
expensive
case
stuff.
you sort of like think, no.
Just in case you don't bother.
But I've been quite taken with this.
Yeah.
The normal basic Tunisian stitch,
Yeah.
sort of,
Take it or leave it, yeah.
yeah. But now I found
But I'm
something.
determined I'm going to.
But I thought, flipping heck.
Mm.
And it sort of like stretches. And I thought, you should have cast on more, you could have done yourself a bloody joke. Oh.
She's an Olympic runner before she can walk.
You know what I'm like. You don't want to be basic shape.
Yeah, we are so full of ideas and inspirations.
That's the
and
only trouble.
everything.
I get over-inspired and then I get nothing done.
I do. And believe it or not, there's only one. Well, there's two things on my hook at the moment. One is that green that I'm struggling with because it's splitted,
Right, yeah.
and then the other is my hospital shawl, which was it's a virus shawl, but it's oops, there's that fly again. But I didn't get much done. I went early to hospital.
I know sometimes.
And they took me in early because I was there early yesterday.
Hey, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, they shouted my name. Of course, they said it wrong. Croudiers, you know, but they never get it
Ooh,
right.
Croudiers.
Croudiers, yes.
Oh.
They never get it
you.
right. Never get it right. But
Right, what have I done with rabbits? It's there behind me.
What, the rabbit's
This
onesies?
yeah, the rabbit's going to be the death of me.
Who bought the rabbit? You?
It wasn't me, actually. No, I don't know where this
right.
rabbit actually came from.
I thought it was you that bought it. I was going to say, you got
I'll
no
tell
excuse
you what,
if you bought
I've forgotten that with knitting, and it's the same with Tunisian unless you've sort of like got down to the end stitch again. It's putting it somewhere and picking it up without losing a whole row.
You have to get some stoppers.
Oh, do they make such things?
Yeah. Get little rubber stoppers. I've got some somewhere, but I don't know where they are.
All right, I'm just making sure I have
They're
put
like
it
little
right way.
rubber things and you stick them on the end of your nails.
I've visions of taking knitting needles out of that then.
Yeah, and
I'm
pulling it out.
thinking,
I've done that
oh
before.
dear.
I used to knit a lot, but I knit under my armpit. And sometimes I'd have a knitted or a crocheted sweater on. And I've gone like that many a time, and the whole jumper's come off in my hand and my needle's still stuck because it's got stuck in a hole in my jumper. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Or Ian's favourite trick when he was a baby was like, woo! Oh, look. Oh, thank you, Ian. And it was always when I was knitting something lace.
Oh no. Yeah.
Stocking stitch, not a problem, just pick it all up again. No, you make sure you haven't twisted any stitches. But no, he always picked something lacy. And I could have cried, you know.
Yeah.
I'm knitting, look. No,
Well,
you're
I must
not
admit,
knitting.
I ought to revisit. Was it you who told me about? Is it Portuguese knitting or some
Continental.
continental knitting? I remember YouTubing it and thinking, oh, that's interesting.
I can't get the hang of it.
But I'll have to have another look.
Yeah, it would be better for me because you don't do all this sort of swinging business. When my shoulders were bad, I think I'd have been better off with a continental. But I could never get the hang of the purl. I could do the knit stitch, even though it's awkward to me. But I should have practised it more. But I mean, when you've been knitting for how many years? About 60 years.
That's it. It's hard to change the way you do
get a
it,
bit set
isn't
in
it?
your ways. It's like telling
Unless it, you know, the penny drops immediately.
Yeah.
And
it's like telling you to suddenly start writing with your left hand, isn't it? You know, if you're a right hander.
It's not easy, is it?
You do it if you have to. If something happens to your right hand, if you break it or something like that, you have to learn. The funny thing is, when I was really, really tiny, my mother said I was ambidextrous.
Right.
That I would write left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah.
So she never knew which way.
A lot of kids can be like that.
And when our Ian was little, he used to draw with both hands. He had to have 2 pencils or 2 crayons or whatever. He drew with both hands.
He was making his mind up which one.
Yeah, because my ex-husband was naturally sort of left-handed, but he had it drummed out of him, which they did in those days. It was like, no. And they used to tape their arms behind their back and things like that to stop them writing with the left hand, which is all very cruel, but that's the way it used to be. And so when Ian was born, we just decided we'd let him make his mind up if he was going to be left-handed or right-handed, because I'd been a bit ambidextrous when I was a child. And we never found out for quite a while that he naturally chose his right hand.
Yeah.
But you'd hand him things when he was a baby and he'd put his left hand out to get it.
Yeah.
So we thought he was going to be a lefty, but he wasn't. I think you should let kids make their own.
Yeah.
Not force them to do. You know, don't give them a pen in the right hand, just put the pen in front of them and see which hand they grab it with, because, you know, I mean, they do say, they used to say years and years ago that it mentally impaired them in some way if they were naturally left-handed and yet they were being forced to write with the right hand. I mean, they don't do it now. Children are allowed to write with whatever hand. I'm talking about...
but in the past,
in the past, if you were born about 50 years, 60 years, 70 years ago, you were not encouraged at all to be left-handed. It was, like, frowned on.
Yeah.
The only thing that was awkward was my friend was left-handed, and every time she came, she couldn't use my scissors or anything.
Right, yeah.
She couldn't cut anything, you know, and she used to help me sometimes with, you know, decorating, because I can't decorate to save my life. And she could put wallpaper on, you know, but she used to struggle because the
Yeah.
scissors were the wrong way around for her. And I used to watch her and say, "Oh, let me cut just show me where I need to cut it and let me cut it."
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was so awkward watching
Yeah.
her do it because she has left-handed scissors at home. But
Yeah.
obviously here I don't, because I'm right-handed.
Oh, this is it.
I don't have ambidextrous scissors just in case anybody calls us. Left-handed. But she was so funny when she used to set the table for. We'd often have Sunday lunch together with her little boy,
Yeah.
who's now 21 or 2 something. But you could always tell when she set the table because she set it the other way around.
Right. Now, you see, John's left-handed, but he does an awful lot of things right-handed. You know, I set the table, you know,
Yeah.
right-handed, and he uses everything right-handed. But he does struggle sometimes with kitchen knives because they can be handed. You wouldn't think so. You know, a sharp blade.
Yeah, sometimes it's only sharp on one side, isn't it?
You know, it's you know, because I've sometimes I was like, oh, look at this knife and bought this for doing whatever.
Yeah.
And he'll say, oh yeah, it looks really nice that, and then he'll go and try and use it. I can't use that, he says. So,
No.
oh well.
Now you see, I'm left-footed. When I was a kid, I used to play cricket with the boys because where I grew up, there were mostly boys. It's not that I sought boys out to play with. It's just where I actually lived in my tiny little community. There was 2 girls, I think, and the majority of them were boys. So when it came to playing games and things like that, it was always football or cricket.
Yeah.
And I'm left-footed. I'm right-handed and left-footed, so I'm really awkward. You know, when I'm doing anything, because I'm putting my left leg out. And I used to play football with my left foot as well.
Right.
And I never realised I was doing anything, and it was one of the neighbours
Yeah.
said, "Oh, your daughter's left-footed," and I thought, because left foot when I was a kid used to mean you were Catholic, was it?
Oh, I had no idea.
They used to call them left-footers, I think. I think it was Catholics that were left-footers. Why they call left-footers, I don't know. Whether it was just my little area that used to call them that. And I don't know.
Oh, weird, I don't know.
But left-footers used to be some. I'm sure it was Catholics. I'm sure it wasn't the other way around. Yeah, they say I was a left-footer. Please correct me on that if you've heard of that expression. I'll have to look it up afterwards.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Maybe it was just my little village. Maybe it was just my family.
No, I don't know. Do I know any Catholics? I'll have to go and ask them.
Are you a left-footer? What?
Don't be so personal.
I'm a mongrel when it comes to religion, an absolute mongrel. I was brought up any religion. I was Christian Church of England. My father was a lapsed Catholic, so my aunties always used to take me to Catholic. My friend was a Methodist, so I used to go with her to the Methodists. I did go to the Sally Army, but I remember being totally disillusioned because this woman I knew was getting married, and I went to see this bride, you know, you do in your little, and she came out wearing a Sally Army bonnet and a uniform, and I remember thinking, that's not a bride. That's not a bride.
I used to think it fantastic, you know, like they used to be on Songs of Praise occasionally or something like that, donkeys years ago, and they'd all be there with tambourines, with ribbons on, and I just thought, as a small child, I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
How disappointing though when you go to watch a bride, and she comes out wearing a uniform and a bonnet.
Yeah, you want the big white meringue.
I wanted the white meringue. I wanted the whole. I used to go and see any wedding. If I saw wedding cars going anywhere local, I went there at the church, you know. Didn't know the bride, no idea. I just wanted to go and see the bride, you know, see what she was wearing and everything. I was just a bride follower.
That's it. So what a disappointment when she got married in a uniform.
Yeah, she did.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I went to most kind of faiths. I even signed the pledge when I was 7. I didn't know what the heck I was signing, but I went to see this church thing. My mum went crazy when she found out where I'd been. But I just went to this thing, and they were going on about the evils of the demon drink and everything.
Well, that's Methodism, isn't it?
Yeah, I was about 7. I had no idea. And I actually finished up with a pen friend for years, actually, through the magazine that they gave
Yeah.
us. She only lived in Blackpool, but I never met her. That's not Blackpool and me are quite close together. And I wrote to her for years. I'd be about 7 or 8 when I started writing to her. And we wrote, years and years we wrote, but we never met. It's funny, isn't it?
Right.
And yeah, I used to go to Blackpool with my auntie, but we still never met.
No.
Christine, she was called.
All right.
And I got her through, he was called Father John or something John. And he was pounding on about the evils of drink. And they passed this thing round and I signed it, you know. Apparently I signed the pledge that I would never touch alcohol, but that didn't last long. Not that I drunk when I was younger.
No, but...
We used to have a little celebratory sherry at Christmas, which was a teeny little bit of sherry, about 2 teaspoonfuls. And my mother used to let me have a little taste of eggnog.
Yeah.
When I was younger. And then when I got to be a teenager, I actually progressed to a baby sham.
Oh gosh, baby sham. I used to love baby sham.
Yeah. It's like a bit of a champagne perry, isn't it? But it's...
Yeah, it's a perry.
It's a poor
Well,
man's. It's not very alcoholic, is it really?
Do you know, I can't remember.
No.
I don't think, probably not. These come in tiny little 1 glass bottles, didn't they?
And they were small glasses.
They were the ones where, what do they call them? There's a name for the shape of the glass.
Yeah,
Is
like,
it a sham?
No, champagne flutes are straight like that.
Yeah, but the ones that they usually stack, you know, and then pour a bottle all down the fountain.
They're not martini glasses because they're straight like that, aren't they?
Yeah, the rounded ones.
The rounded ones.
With a little like a Bambi type here on. Yeah.
And everybody used to have a little plastic baby sham thing that on the ornament, didn't they? Because if you bought so many of these damn things, you got this free Bambi or something.
Oh no, baby sham was lovely.
And then after baby sham, the thing was...
Do you remember Cherry Bee?
Yeah. Cherry Bee, Cherry Bee, Cherry Bee.
Don't remember the advert for it like I remember.
Yeah, it's the cherry drink with the sing, 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 I think it was, or something.
Oh, I've no idea. See, you said you weren't singing and you have done.
Sorry. But I can remember it because...
That's 97 watchers just turned off.
All I can remember was when I was a teenager, like a famous footballer got stopped for drink driving. And he couldn't believe that he'd been drinking these Cherry Bees. And he said, they're just like sweet cherry drink. And he thought they were alcoholic, he thought they were a woman's drink, you know, woman's drink. And he couldn't believe that he'd been breath tested.
Right.
Because he said, well, I wasn't drinking beer, spirits. I was only drinking these Cherry Bees, and I don't know if he thought they were cherry cordials or what he thought they were. But they were alcoholic. So,
yeah, you see, yeah, it was a sort of like a natural progression from baby sham to
I never liked the Cherry Bees though. They were like that maraschino cherry taste, which I don't like.
Oh, I love that.
No, I didn't like that. I didn't like it.
Yeah, because you used to get a snowball.
Oh, it always had a cherry in it. Always had
those maraschino cherries. Oh, I could have bought a raft of drinks just for the cherries.
No, I didn't like the cherries, no.
Oh no, I love that.
My favourite is the Pims when you get them with the umbrella and the fruit.
Oh, right.
And a straw. You only ever get when you go abroad, don't you? I'll have a Pims and it comes with like fruit salad, doesn't it? And it always has to have this umbrella and a curly straw. That's half the fun of it.
Right.
Yeah. And sangria when you go abroad.
Oh yeah, I like sangria.
You get like you get a fruit salad in that, don't you? Oranges and lemons and everything floating in it, yeah. You wouldn't dream of me.
There used to be a pub stroke club where we used to go out, and they used to sell sangria by the glass.
Yeah.
Sorry, by the jug. And you'd get bits of orange and apple and all sorts in it. It was dead good.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't really think of doing it at home, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, you would?
Oh, I've done that because I like sangria. When we used to go into Europe, when we first used to when we first used to go, in Germany, we found this supermarket and you could get sangria in cartons.
Yeah.
Because they did wine in cartons and everything. And, you know, I mean, wasn't the best, but it's certainly not the worst I've ever tasted. I brought this sangria in cartons home, so we'd like zhuzh it up with all sorts of...
When we used to drink wine with our meals, when I had a bit of money and we were married, I used to buy wine in a box.
Yeah, we still can't you? And it's quite...
Came with a little tap. Now I don't drink wine, really. I don't...
Well, no, we've had some really good sort of like... really good wines in cartons and boxes.
Yeah.
Because the cartons are just like, you know, you get a carton of orange juice.
Yeah.
Or apple juice or whatever from the supermarket. Same size, but full of wine.
Mm.
Excellent idea.
I prefer the non-alcoholic wine now. I'm getting old.
I don't mind the non-alcoholic beers. There's some that are alright. Because I'm not a great drinker these days.
I'm not.
At all. You know, if we're going out and meeting up anywhere of any distance, I always volunteer. I'll drive.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I'm not a...
I mean, I'm not taking painkillers at the moment, even though the injection's wearing off, but my excuse is always I was taking painkillers, and you never know quite which way alcohol's going to turn you. Is it just either makes you very, very drunk very quickly with like one drink, or it makes you go to sleep. So, you know, it's not much fun, is it? So I got in the habit of just not drinking. I'm not a teetotal, by the way, but I bought a glass table that we're going to have to put together. It came with no instructions. And I'm just looking at the legs on there and it reminds me of Tubular Bells. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Mike Oldfield.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing, don't worry.
No, it's not an easy one to sing though, that,
no,
is it?
No, it's mostly...
Well, yeah, it is a genuine instrumental.
No, it came in a box. It's like a... Well, if we ever get it put together, it's got glass table, things like that. Because the table that I normally use is actually meant for my sewing machine and it's actually meant to go in the craft room. So I thought I'd buy a black glass unit. And it's come with no instructions. I mean, Sue's made more headway with it than I have because I just didn't have a clue. I was stood there looking at the photograph with it.
No, one sort of...
Yeah, so I'm afraid eBay's going to have a little comment saying... Should have had some instructions.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know men never read instructions, but I'm a woman and I would have.
Yeah. I
would have read it, you know. And I mean, Kelly's not here. Kelly's the one who puts things together for me. And I hope she's feeling better because I don't know whether she's still poorly.
Yes, get well soon.
She's still poorly. She hasn't made a video to let me know she's okay. But the boys are off school now.
Oh, God.
She's got a
That's not going to...
3-year-old and a 4-year-old she got, yeah.
That's not going to make for a quick recovery, is it?
No, I mean, the 3 and 4 of the boys do not say it anymore. And they are little, willful little boys that just want to do their own thing. And boys of 3 and 4 can be a real handful. Yes. I only ever had one and he used to get in trouble on his own, so... if he'd have had a brother...
mine was really good.
Yeah, but he didn't have a brother, did he?
No, he had a sister, and the sister tormented him like nobody's business. But when they were, I must admit, when they were little, both of them were very good.
Well, my nieces, I think they used to hate each other at one stage. They were just like hellcats, you know. I mean, as they've grown up, they kind of grown on each other.
Yeah.
But there was just a couple of years between them, and they're just really... a lot of rivalry.
Yeah.
So they never really played together very well. They used to finish up fighting. And I used to think, oh my God, thank goodness I didn't get girls. Boys are destructive. Boys are naughty. They swing off things and they break things. But little girls kind of whine, you know, and tell tales. She's doing this. Auntie Jan, she's doing this. And I just think, oh. Whereas lads just slug it out, don't they?
Yeah, that's true.
You have to just break up fights with boys. Like, no, one in one corner, one in another corner. Because they don't come telling you what anybody's done, they just pump each other.
Yeah.